The Wall Street Journal editorial board voicing concern, this in the wake of the alleged plot to kill Justice Brett Kavanaugh, writing, "This is all the more worrisome because the court is arguably more vulnerable to acts of violence than the other branches. There are only 9 justices, and a single vote can change the result in a case. There's also typically a period of weeks or months between oral arguments in a case, which can hint at how justices are leaning and the release of their court's judgment." So what more needs to be done? We want to bring in the host of Wall Street Journal at large, Gerry Baker, who joins us now. Gerry, it was so disturbing to find out not only was this man stalking Justice Kavanaugh, but the armaments and the preparation that he had taken. It's a blessing that apparently he saw the police there, a large police presence, and decided against it. But shouldn't that be the ultimate signal for all of us?
Yeah, Charles, it should. It's a very, very worrying moment. And again, as my colleagues in the Wall Street Journal editorial pointed out this morning, the court is particularly vulnerable. And imagine this, not only imagine what would have happened if, God forbid, someone were able to assassinate a justice. It wouldn't only obviously change the outcome of a case where there seems to be a 5-4 decision kind of pending. It wouldn't only just change that. Imagine what it would then do if you then have to have another nominate. The president of President Joe Biden would have an opportunity with a Democratic-controlled Senate to appoint a Supreme Court justice of his own persuasion, of his own political persuasion, to appoint an assassinated conservative justice. I mean, imagine not just the injustice of that, the unfairness of it, but the extraordinary damage that would do to the country, to our politics, to everything else. So it's an incredibly dangerous moment. I have to say, look, Democrats, I think, are very focused, and we've seen them conducting their investigation into the January the 6th riot. That's quite right to continue that investigation. That was a terrible day for American democracy, and it's right to investigate it. But this threat to Supreme Court justices, this very live threat that this guy was arrested for, and the wider threat that we're hearing from all these people who are, really agitated about what the court may come up with, that is as big a threat to the Constitution of the United States right now, and I don't think it's being taken seriously enough.
Do you think Speaker Pelosi is taking it seriously?
Doesn't look like it. I mean, why haven't they come out? Really, for an event like this, there should have been. Can you imagine again, Charles, if this had been a right-wing extremist trying to assassinate, say, Sonia Sotomayor, one of the progressive justices? Can you imagine the media and political reaction? We would be talking about this non-stop for days and days and days. Speaker Pelosi would be out there immediately with condemnations and all kinds of plans to protect the justices. Look, they do, as you heard, they do have this plan. This bill, which has already passed the Senate with bipartisan support. The House hasn't yet voted on it. Why not? Why not the urgency to deal with that? When it's showing the urgency to deal with an investigation of an event that happened 18 months ago, why not the same urgency to deal with an ongoing threat that exists to the nation's Supreme Court? You have to worry they just don't take it that seriously.
Gerry, it's heartbreaking. I mean, there's certain things that really it shouldn't even matter, should be on both sides of the political aisle, and certainly keeping the Supreme Court justices safe. So we've got this draft. We just heard Davis Funt suggest that maybe there's some speculation that Chief Justice Roberts may try to broker something not as impactful as the draft. If that happens, though, there will be some folks who might believe that threats that the Supreme Court was bullied. I mean, I don't want to enter an era where we're worried that decisions made by the Supreme Court of the United States are based in part on intimidation. Are you concerned about that?
Yeah, very concerned about it. Look, we don't know who leaked that. The strong suspicion is it was someone on the progressive side, maybe a clerk or someone who got access to somehow the draft opinion that was authored by Justice Alito. And presumably, if it was someone like that, part of the motivation was to try and put pressure on the justices before they'd come to a final decision, to change the decision, bring political pressure, public pressure, and maybe the pressure of direct intimidation, the kind that we've seen with protests outside justices' houses. That is a disturbing thing. Look, all I'll say, though, Charles, is I think it's unlikely. Look, the draft vote, the initial vote that was taken did seem to be 5-4 in favor of overturning Roe v. Wade, essentially, with Chief Justice Roberts, as you say, in the minority on that. It doesn't look likely to me that that vote is going to change. You heard David Spunt, I think, say the same thing. We've heard no indications at all that the deliberations have gone another way. But you're right. If it did change, everybody would assume that it was done as a result of the intimidation that we've seen.
Without a doubt, it would be tainted in so many ways. Gerry, we got to let you go. Thank you so much. Always appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.